Today, we're exploring how copper can be recovered from electronic waste. Printed circuit boards contain a significant amount of copper, which plays a vital role in modern electronics. In this experiment, we'll see how chemistry can be used to separate the copper from the PCB and recover it in metallic form while observing the fascinating reactions that take place along the way. Let's get started. For this experiment, we'll need concentrated nitric acid, an old printed circuit board as the source of copper, and a piece of iron to recover the dissolved copper from the solution. Since this experiment involves hazardous chemicals, proper safety equipment and adequate ventilation are essential. Since I'm using an old mobile phone as the source, the first step is to carefully disassemble it by removing the back cover and outer casing. To speed up the experiment, I've already removed the printed circuit board from another old mobile phone, allowing us to move directly to the next step. Once the PCB has been removed from the phone, the next step is to detach the display, connectors, shields, and any remaining plastic components. This is an essential preparation step, regardless of the type of circuit board you're using, as it leaves only the board material needed for the extraction process. After removing all the unwanted components, break the PCB into small pieces. This increases the surface area exposed to the acid, allowing the reaction to proceed more efficiently and significantly speeding up the copper extraction process. After breaking the PCB into small pieces, I transfer them into a round bottom flask. One neck of the flask is connected to a pipe that vents the toxic nitrogen dioxide fumes to an appropriate laboratory exhaust system, while the second neck is used to add the PCB pieces and nitric acid before being sealed with a stopper. In this video, we're focusing only on the extraction and recovery of copper. If you'd like to see future videos on recovering gold, silver, and other valuable metals from electronic waste, let me know in the comments below. Once the PCB pieces have been placed inside the flask, I slowly begin adding the nitric acid. As the acid comes into contact with the copper, the reaction begins immediately. The copper is oxidized and dissolves into the solution as copper nitrate, while the nitric acid is reduced, producing nitrogen oxides, primarily nitrogen dioxide, which appears as brown fumes. As the reaction continues, the solution gradually turns blue due to the presence of dissolved copper ions, indicating that the copper is being transferred from the PCB into the solution. After allowing the reaction to proceed for about 1 day, the copper has dissolved into the solution and the reaction is complete. The next step is to filter the mixture, separating the copper nitrate solution from the remaining solid materials, such as the fiberglass and any metals that did not dissolve. After filtration, we are left with a copper nitrate solution. Now I add an iron nail to the solution. Since iron is more reactive than copper, it displaces the copper ions from the solution. The copper ions are reduced back into metallic copper and begin depositing onto the iron nail, while the iron itself dissolves into the solution as iron ions. As the reaction continues, you can see copper forming on the surface of the iron nail. This is a classic single displacement reaction and allows us to recover the copper in its metallic form. After leaving the reaction for another day, the solution has turned greenish-black, while the recovered copper has settled as a solid. Now I filter the mixture to separate the copper metal from the remaining solution and iron residues. After filtration, this is our final recovered copper product. What started as copper hidden inside an old mobile phone PCB has now been separated and collected as metallic copper.